Welcome to the Bay Area Open. We're here for round 5. This is the final round. Checking out all these awesome armies. A lot of really good hobby here. Anyway, we're back at the top table. Got 2 high elf players going at it for the championship. Basically, the winner of this is going to win the whole thing overall. The mission we're playing is it's called Capture. It's a tournament-specific mission. It's an objective mission, kind of similar to Command and Control. The difference is we've got this thing in the middle here, the Capture objective. You win it by having the unit with the highest unit strength on the objective at the end of the game. It counts as open ground, but does give you partial cover.
Interesting. I wouldn't be.
It gives you MR2 if you're in control of it, which is a little interesting too. The person who captures it gets a massive bonus of 750 victory points, so you have to respect this objective in order to win the mission. It's also random game length, so the game may end after turn 4. You don't know. So you're never totally sure when you need to capture the objective. You can't just jump on it on turn 6 because you're never really sure when the game's going to end. All right, we'll be right back with the army lists. All right, starting off, here is Andy. He is 4-0. He's undefeated, and he's playing High Elves. So he has this unit of Sisters Battlelord, 17 of them, so giant Death Star, Great Eagle. Unit of Dragon Princes in the back there. This is a illusion wizard with a dragon slaying sword on a Skycutter. So it'll go in and use Spectral Doppelganger and chop up your dragon. That's a regular Tyrannok chariot. Big unit of Silver Helms back there, along with a Noble, I believe, on a Griffon. BSB. And that's just going to about do it for his army. All right, here is Eric, also 4-0, coming in with High Elves. He's got his dragon, Star Dragon, defensive build, 2 up, 5 up, 5 up. Sisters with an Archmage, right there. Little small unit of Sisters. Elven Archers, just regular old Elven Archers. Another Sisters unit. Regular non-character Skycutter. Third Sisters unit. So one of these has a ruby ring. One of them has the sea bow. That's like a bolt thrower, and the other one's just regular. That's a unit of Silver Helms right there with a Ring of Fury. Another Skycutter back there. Another unit of regular Elven Archers. This is his Noble BSB. And way in the back, another unit of Silver Helms with a Ring of Fury. Andy won the roll-off to go first. For his strategy phase, he put Glittering Robe over here on the character in the Skycutter, and Courage Venerian on the Dragon Princess. All right, charge phase. I didn't actually show the scouts on deployment, but these Illyrian Reavers were scouted forwards in a giant conga line. And what that did is it meant the Dragon Princes had to roll an impetuous check, which they failed. So they just failed to charge here into the fleeing Illyrian Reavers. So the Dragon Princes are now stumbling forward and a bit out of position. All right, here's the remaining moves phase for Andy's High Elves. Basically, just a little bit of repositioning. The Grey Eagle is now behind the Dragon Princes. Silver Helms move forward over here, along with BSB, just a bit. Tyrannok redirected sideways. Shooting phase for Andy's High Elves. He sent a fireball, I think from a ruby ring, into the Illyrian Reavers, rolled 11 hits. They're all dead. And this giant block of Sisters completely annihilated that unit of 5 Elven Archers that used to be standing there. And he also put a column of crystal down in front of his own Dragon Princes to prevent them from charging with Impetuous. Strategy phase for Eric's High Elves, bottom 1. So he cast Courage Venerian on the Prince on the Dragon, and he put Oaken Shield, I believe, on one of those Sisters units back there. Remaining moves phase for Eric's High Elves. Just a minor shuffle. The Dragon moved over to the side. Skycutter, I think, moved forward a little bit, and just a slight shuffle from the Sisters. Shooting phase for Eric's High Elves. These Sisters with the sea bow shot in the side of their the Dragon Princes, killed 2 of them. Those Sisters up there on the hill shot and killed 2 Sisters over here, and the Sisters and Archers over there killed, I believe, 1 Silver Helm. And Pillar of Fire went down, so the Pillar of Fire is now right there. Strategy phase for Andy's High Elves. He recast Glittering Robe, and he failed to dispel the Pillar of Fire. Charge phase, so the Dragon Princes are still blocked by their own column of crystal right there, but these Silver Helms charged into the Skycutter. It fled through another Skycutter, but they all passed their panic, so it's fleeing there. And the Silver Helms ended up there. Remaining moves phase for Andy's Hilds. Sister Star is still in place. You can see he dispelled his Column of Crystal, moved his Dragon Princes over here, brought folk the Illusion Mage, Archmage on the Skycutter. His other two birds flew over here, both the BSB Griffon and the Great Eagle, and the Tyrannok crested the hill. Shooting phase for Andy's High Elves. Really the main thing is he ruby ringed and shot with the sisters and managed to kill that small unit of sisters that is no longer there at the foot of the hill. It tried to evasive away after the ruby ring, but was still in range for enough sisters that they killed it. All right, strategy phase for Eric's High Elves. He dispelled Tempest over here. There was a Tempest there, by the way. He also cast Oaken Shield, which got dispelled by the Archmage over here. However, he miscast in the process, so he cannot dispel anything else, so he'll be able to fire all his magic missiles unopposed. And the Skycutter rallied. Charges. These Silver Helms here charge this unit of Silver Helms, who fled. They fled through the BSB on Griffon and the War Eagle, and neither one of them panicked, and that was the only charge. Remaining moves phase for Eric's High Elves. The Dragon moved way up here. And the sisters moved back a little bit. And the BSB on Griffon and the Silver Helms are coming around the flank. Shooting phase for Eric's High Elves. Ruby Ring and some archers shot over here on the Silver Helms, and he rolled awful. He failed 4 3-up saves out of 6. So the Silver Helms are really struggling right now, down to 2. Strategy phase for Andy. He cast Fury of Cain on the Dragon Princes. Courage of Venerian, I think, was already there. Eric sent his Pillar of Fire through his own dragon and the Dragon Princes. Nobody got hurt. Then Glittering Robe went off there. And I believe that's it for the spells. And then these Silver Helms rallied. They're not quite below 25%. I think they're at 25%. So they can still rally on a -1. Yeah, they're in. Charges. So the Dragon Princes impetuous right into that dragon over there. And over here, the BSB Griffon went and charged the Silver Helms, who fled. And the Griffon almost caught them, but not quite. Just short right there. Remaining moves for Andy's High Elves. Most of the action actually happened over here. So the Skycutter with a wizard on it moved over here, and you may notice the Silver Helms are here. Did their crazy marching column triple move all the way over there from the hill. The Eagle is right behind the BSB. See that base there, but its wings are too flappy in order to fit. So we're just storing the model there for now, but it's on where that base is. And then the Tyrannok Chariot is right there, hiding behind the hill. Shooting phase. The sisters, I think they actually had reformed into open order last turn, by the way. So we're not rearranging the lines in the base, but imagine they're all in a line, open order. Shot up the Skycutter and killed it. Here's the fight between the Dragon Princes and the Dragon Prince. The Dragon didn't fight very well, so he actually lost combat. He killed 1 Dragon Prince, but they had a flank and close order to banner, so they won by 1. Both sides had Courage of Venerian, so he just gave ground, and at the end of give ground, he lumbered, using the lumbering rule, because that counts as a move, and he restrained. Andy restrained, so the Dragon Princes did not follow up. Strategy phase for Eric's Isles. Peril Fire didn't hurt anything at all. He Faded Dispelled Courage of Venerian off the Dragon Princes with Boxcars. And way over there, the Dragon Princes, or nope, the Silver Helms got confused by those hats again. They rallied and reformed to point that direction. Charge phase for Eric's Isles. Dragon charged into the Dragon Princes, right there. And his Griffon BSB charged into the Great Eagle, which you will remind is actually the model's over there, but we couldn't fit it. So BSB into the Great Eagle. Remaining moves for Eric. Sisters moved over there, I think. The Skycutter moved on to the center objective. The Silver Helms over there failed their march block test, so they stumbled forward, I think, like 8 inches. And I think that's it for movement. The other Silver Helms over here moved up on the hill. So we had a shooting phase, but nobody did any wounds. Combat between the BSB noble, and the War Eagle, who's dead. The Great Eagle, yeah, it's dead now. So he overran 3 whole inches forward, then passed his reform check at the end of the overrun, and is now facing the butt of the other BSB. Dragon Prince versus the Dragon Princes. He had the charge. He beat up the Dragon Princes. He had rolled pretty bad, honestly, but there were still 2 Dragon Princes left, including the Archmage. Well, 1 Dragon Prince, 1 Archmage. They fled. He decided not to pursue. They only fled 6 inches. He reformed and faced this direction. And he's a little scared of the Illusion Wizard with Spectral Doppelganger and the Dragon Slaying Sword. That's why he's playing so cagey here and not just running them down. Start of turn, strategy phase. Had to switch to the AirPods. Sorry about the sound quality here. I gotta run. The Skycutter shot a Miasmic Barrage at the Dragon Prince, so he now has Miasmic Barrage on him. Cannot charge this turn. And Glittering Robe went off. There were no charges, so onto remaining moves. Again, sorry about the audio quality here. These units are going in hiding on the back edge to preserve points. The Blender Wizard, Illusion Wizard on the Skycutter moved up there to the objective. That BSB went 16 and hit. 11 left. See that little base there? That is his Griffon BSB. Shooting phase. He did one wound of chip damage on the Skycutter. But other than that, his Horn of Isha failed to go off the strategy phase, so that reduced the effectiveness by quite a bit. Movement phase. What this came down to was he needed to get this unit strength 6 unit onto the objective here because his character is unit strength 5. That let him win the objective.
So basically,
to do that, he had to do Arcane Urgency. He rolled a 5 on the dice, which is a 9 to cast. Re-rolled it with a high elf power and rolled a 4 on the dice, so it didn't go off. So he can't get that unit in there. So it's now tied 5 to 5. All right, this is the end of the game. What this came down to is he needed to get a couple more points because
there are a lot of really high stakes choices.
Yeah, Eric had been
I'm not sure you made the wrong choice.
The center objective was tied. He tried to go do it here. Really, he needed that Arcane Urgency to claim the center objective. He can't use the Flame Temple here to get enough points off the Sisters. Can't kill those that are escaping. So what it came down to, Eric killed 142 points. Andrew, what did you kill?
373.
Andrew killed 373. So extremely cagey game. It was 11-9. So the tournament is going to go to Andrew.